because, we live in like these other nations, right? The Lord said, don't be like the heathen, right? Keep reading.
That ye be not partakers of her sin.
Were you talking about me? I thought you were describing me for a second.
I wasn't addressing you.
Psalms 108. Psalms 108.
And that ye receive
It
not
sounded like
of
you
her
said
plague.
Asian bodybuilder, tank top. I felt like that you were kind of describing me.
Psalms 108.
Cool.
Give me Genesis,
I don't know why you would
Genesis 19,
say something like that when it
40.
describes exactly me, but you don't want to talk to me now, though. Okay.
The book of Psalms, chapter 108, verse 8.
Okay.
Gilead is mine.
Read.
I don't know.
Manasseh is
Why
mine.
are you guys talking about
Ephraim
me?
also is the street of my hand.
Ephraim is the street of the Most High's hand. Read.
Head.
Okay.
Judah is my lawgiver.
Judah is the lawgiver. Read.
Verse
Okay.
9, Moab is my wash
What
pot.
did the
I don't know
Lord say
why you guys
about
are
Moab?
talking smack about me. I feel
Moab
like that's
is
kind
my
of
wash
What
pot.
did the Lord
pointing me
say
out.
about
I don't know why
Moab?
you-
Moab is my wash pot.
What did the Lord say about Moab?
Moab is my wash pot.
Right, read.
Over Edom,
Over Edom. Right, read.
where I cast out my shoe.
Will I cast out my shoe? Right,
Sorry.
so you have nothing to do with us, man. Right, you literally have nothing to do with us.
Hey, I
Right,
just
the
want
Lord
to say,
said Moab is my
if you
watch
want
pot.
salvation, it's through
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Read that what I call.
I don't know what they're preaching here, but Jesus Christ is the way to salvation.
Right,
Just
who
to
did
let
the
you
Lord
know
die
that.
for? Who did
sorry,
Jesus
what was
die
that?
for?
That's all of us.
He died for all of us.
All of us, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a Bible
I bow to
verse
no
to prove
man.
it?
I only bow to God. I bow to
All
no
right, give me
man.
Matthew 1 and 21.
19:4.
19 and 40. Bring it out.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, and verse 21.
Right?
And she shall bring forth a son,
Right? Read.
and thou shalt call his name Yahushua,
Right?
for he shall save his people from their sins.
The Lord said he only came to save his people, man. Right? His people are those which are lost, man. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? So these Moabites, they don't know what's going on, man.
You know,
Right? You know, these Illuministic ones, these Edomites, they literally don't know what's going on, man. Right? You living in what you call the end of the world, man. Right? Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9, man. You living in what you call the so-called end of the world, man. Right? Why do you think there's all manner of bombs going on in other countries? You understand? All manner of chaos taking place. Right? It's because the Lord is stirring up these other nations because he's ready to take down this place, man. Right? This place will be going down in flames. Right? Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9.
the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9.
Right?
For Esau is the end of the world.
For who is the end of the world?
Esau is the end of the world.
Right, so people are like, well, what's going on in the world and why does everything seem like it's, it's kind of going in shambles? Because the Lord said Esau is the end of the world, man. If you don't know who Esau is, it's the biblical name for all so-called white people, man.
That's right.
All Europeans, right, of the European descent come from a man by the name of Esau, man. Right, that red man, that wicked seed from the foundation of the world. Right? Read that again.
2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9.
Right, read.
For Esau is the end of the world,
Right?
and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
And who is the beginner of the follower?
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Right, so people don't know what's going on, man. You're living at the end of the world, right? Before every great kingdom was destroyed, before the Lord destroyed every great kingdom, man. He sent his servants, the prophets, to foretell and to tell what's going to take place in the society, man. Right? So we come now to tell these other nations their judgment according to the scriptures, man. Right? And you got to deal with it, man. Right? So these Moabites don't know what's going on, man. Right? These Moabites come from incest, man. Right? And they need to know that. Why do you think their eyes are like that, man? Because the Lord set them up from the foundation of the world to be kind of slower than everybody, man.
Right.
Right? And they got to deal with it. Right? Give me that. Matter of fact, bring it out. Give me that in Genesis. Genesis 19 and 32. Right? Genesis 19 and 32. Right?
The book of Genesis, chapter 19, verse 32.
Right? Read.
And it reads, Come, let us make our father drink wine.
Now these are the daughters of the so-called Chinese men. Right? These are the daughters of the so-called Chinese race. Right? Let's see what they did to their father. Right? Read.
And we will lie with him.
She said, listen, we're gonna get our father drunk and we're gonna have sex with him. Right? That's what they said, man. How wicked is that? Right? Read.
That we may preserve seed of our father.
That we may preserve seed of our father, man. That's what you call incest, man. Right? So all of the so-called Chinese people, they would have what they call today Down syndrome.
Mongoloid.
Right? And it's called Mongoloidism. Right? And they gotta look that up. It's called Mongoloidism. All so-called Chinese people come from incest. Right? And the Lord set that up, man. Right? And they're wicked, man. Who do you think built the Great Wall of China? Those you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans when they had you in slavery.
That's right.
Right? So you got to know this history, man. You got to know this history, and you got to know what these other nations have done to you. Give me
Silk Road
That's
trade.
right, the Silk Road slave trade. Give me Deuteronomy 32 and verse 7, right? And give me the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 8, right? And finish that, King.
What 33?
Time.
And verse 33. And they made their father drink wine that night.
Right?
And the firstborn went in and laid with her father.
So the firstborn, she said, listen, man, we got our father drunk. You know, I'm about to go in there and I'm going to go do some stuff with the father. Right? That's a wicked, man. Right? This is incest in the Bible, man. Right? Who is that? That is the so-called Chinese man having incest in the Bible. Why do you think their eyes are like that, man? Because they got Mongoloidism. Right? Read.
And he perceived not when she laid down.
And he didn't really know what was going on because they had them all drunk and intoxicated off wine, man. Right? Strong drink. Right? Read.
Nor when she arose.
Nor when she arose. Right? Because, you know, he kind of woke up and was like, you know, what's going on? I feel funny. You know, what happened? Right? You know, who did this to me? Right? Hold it down. Right? Read.
Verse 34. And it came to pass on the morrow,
Right?
that the firstborn said unto the younger,
She said what?
Behold, I laid yesterday with my father.
So she kind of bragging now. She said, listen, you know, yeah, yesterday I laid with my father. You know, we got it in. You know, we got it from, we got down. You know, she said that to them, right? To her sister, right? Read.
Let us make him drink wine this night also.
So she said, listen, let's do it again. You know, I kind of did it the first night. You know, are you down? Are you down to do it? Right? It was kind of fun, you know? So the spiritual demon, Satan, kind of, you know, came into her spirit and you know, and it made her do some wicked things, man. Right? Read.
And go thou in.
And go thou in.
And lie with him.
And lie with him. Read.
That we may preserve the seed of our father.
And that's wicked, man. That's incest in the Bible, man. Right, right. Therefore, the Lord has a judgment set for all of the Moabites, man. Right? Which is captivity, man. Which is slavery, because they are the wicked seed, man. Right? Give me Psalms chapter 83. Right? Bring it out what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7.
Right? Read.
Remember the days of old.
The Lord said what?
Remember the days of old.
So a lot of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know, they were kind of taught to forget about the past, man.
That's right.
Right? You know, let's not worry about the past. We got to go forward with the future. You know, the past, yeah, we got a troubled past, but, you know, let's go forward with the future. You know, we got to move on from our traumatic stress and oppression, right? They say that the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, man, they suffer from post-traumatic slavery, man. Right? That's a so-called real thing in this world, man.
Right.
Right? Where you only see yourself as being a slave or a worker, right? They don't see themselves as being kings and priests and rulers, right? They don't see themselves like that, right? So the Lord said what?
Remember the days of old.
Right? So like, how y'all doing, sisters? All praise. Y'all got 1 second? 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Have faith. Have faith. Just have faith. Just have faith. I'm trying to put it in. How y'all doing all right today? All praise. All praise. Real quick. Y'all believe in the Bible? Nah, Not really? All right, so can I show you some historical events that happened to your people in the Bible?
Yeah.
All right, now real quick, give me Isaiah 48:3. All right, Isaiah 48:3. Let me show you something about this Bible. Let me show you that this is your book.
I got it, Isaiah
and your
43.
historical records in it. All right, let me
That's
show
a
you.
regular Bible.
Regular Bible. All right, now keep that in mind. This is the regular Bible. Keep it. Remember what she said. Regular Bible. Right? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 48, verse 3.
Right.
I have declared the former thing from the beginning,
The former things were declared from the beginning. Right? Read.
and they went forth out of my mouth,
They went forth out of the Lord's servant's mouth.
and I shewed them.
Right?
I did them suddenly,
I did them suddenly and what?
and they came to pass.
And they came to pass, meaning the men that wrote this Bible, they were inspired by the Lord. They wrote it down, and it happened later on in time. That makes sense? Now watch this. Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. Right? Deuteronomy 1 and 1. And let me ask you something. What's your nationality? Like, meaning, what's your race? Black. You say the same thing, sister?
It's almost a trick question.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
You wanna go with black?
We're American.
How you doing?
But
Can I ask you a question? What's your nationality? Egyptian? Alright. So watch this. According to the Bible, the Lord made 18 nations of people. Right? Those 18 nations of people, they're on the earth today. Right? Now give me Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Now you said that, you would say black. Black is a color. Your shirt is black. Your skin is brown.
yes.
Right?
You know,
So your nationality, you said American? Native American? Okay. So your nationality is based off a progeny of men who you descend from. Right?
Way back.
Way back. That would be your nationality. The men and the seed line of who you descend from. So there's no man called black when you come from black.
So do we say African?
Africa it comes from what?
But I don't know where.
I'm gonna show you.
Really
I'm gonna show you, sister. Good. I'm gonna show you.
I'm just saying, does it matter, or are we like a way of race?
Yeah. Yeah, I got one.
Watch this.
I'm American.
Now watch this, sister.
You got it down there?
Watch this, sister. Watch this. Give me Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1.
Right?
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Moses speaking to who?
Unto all Israel.
Who is Moses speaking to? Israel.
Very good.
Give me Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26.
Watch this, sister.
Oh, somebody showed me that.
All right, watch this. Watch this.
Behold,
High school?
I set before you this day
Read.
a blessing and a curse.
Moses told the Israelites that they got two choices. I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. Right? Read.
A blessing if ye obey the commandments
You'll be blessed if you obey the commandments. Right? Read.
of the Lord your God,
Read.
which I command you this day,
Right?
and a curse,
And a what?
and a curse,
Read.
if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
So the Lord said, you're going to be cursed if you don't obey the commandments. Right? Now, let's read some of the curses that will happen to the Israelites. And you let me know if this is your history. And this might not be your history.
I do not even.
So let's see. Give me verse 6. Give me Deuteronomy 28:16.
Verse 16,
Right?
cursed shalt thou be in the city,
The Lord said, whatever city the Israelites are going to be in, they're going to be cursed in the city. Right? Are your people living at the top of the society? Or are they living at the bottom of society?
I feel like
Living in the middle? Now, when I say your people, I'm talking about as a nation. I'm not talking about a middle. Okay. So, the middle, so who's at the top? I'm talking about the people on the earth.
Take it away.
All right, give me the book of Matthew chapter 4, verse 14.
Keep the commandments and the faith if you plan on getting the kingdom of heaven.
Give me Matthew 4:14.
the book of Matthew, chapter 4, and verse 14.
Second Ezra chapter 10 and verse and 5. Right? Read.
That it might be fulfilled,
Right?
which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet.
I want Mark 1:14, right? Right?
Mark chapter 4, verse 14.
Right, bring it out.
The sower soweth the word,
The Lord said the sower soweth the word, man. Right? Read.
and these are they by the wayside,
And these are they by the wayside,
where the word is sown.
where the word is sown, where the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are able to receive the truth, which is their nationality, and all manner of water, wine, honey, and milk. Right? Read.
But when they have heard,
But when they have heard, when brothers start breaking down the scriptures to them, they kind of all confounded, call themselves black, well, is that a trick question? What is my nationality? Right? What's going on? Right? When they have heard,
Satan cometh immediately.
and a bull dagger came immediately, man. Came out of nowhere. Right? She kind of came out of nowhere, start asking the nationality. She said Egyptian, man. Well, the Lord said the Egyptians are going into slavery, man. Right? That's what the Lord said. So Satan came immediately, right? Read.
And taketh away the word
Taketh away the word, man.
that was sown in their heart.
That